They will never escape my evil clutches. I have them, and I will have them forever. I don't know what that was. With Halloween just around the corner, I set out to make my dreams come true. You see, one of my absolute favorite things to do in Minecraft is PvP, so why not build an entire PvP arena? Well, that's exactly what I did. After purchasing every last piece of deep slate in the shopping district on IgnitorSMP and filling my inventory to the brim with shulker boxes, I located a mushroom island on the server and began to work on my Halloween masterpiece, the first build I have ever truly been proud of in Minecraft. With the beacon set up to aid in construction, I was now good to begin clearing land. So now that I have cleared some of this, I'm going to start laying down our circle so that we can see basically what our area is that we actually need to cover. I spent around 8 hours designing this arena in creative mode and learning the basics of Litmatica and World Edit before I even started gathering the materials for it on the server. And without the use of World Edit to help me, replicating the build in survival proved no easy or quick task. The original idea for this arena actually came from 2 different builds that took place around 10 years ago on the Minecraft server. The first was a paintball arena that was a simple circle area filled with buildings, trees, and other obstacles to maneuver around and take cover behind. This was to be the very base of my game, a paintball arena contained in a Halloween-themed circle. For this, a simple outside wall would have sufficed. But I wanted to go bigger. I wanted to challenge myself to build something grand and majestic, something spooky and over the top. The inspiration for this part of the build came from BOO's Coliseum, though obviously with a very different aesthetic to bring the build a very eerie and haunted feel. However, now that the build was getting established, I was starting to run out of materials and needed to meet with a couple of igniters to negotiate some trades, as well as to take care of some material gathering myself. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, sorry. You just might hear a TV and my son in the background too.
Nah, it's fine.
Let me grab some diamonds. You said 28?
28, yes, 28, and that is an awesome deal for all this deep slate.
So how are you getting your deep slate? Are you just mining it?
Alright, well you cannot reveal this to anyone. Keep it secret, right?
Yep.
Alright,
Yep.
Well, I have things to do. I don't really have anything to do, but I want to pretend I have things to do because that makes me look like a professional, you know.
Oh, yeah. This guy's bugging the heck out of me. Get out of here. I need more of this red nether brick. So, in order to do that, what I gotta do is get nether brick and nether wart and craft them in a recipe just like that. Now these nether bricks you get from smelting netherrack. So I was gonna create myself a little bit of an auto smelter here. So just a quick and easy one. All I gotta do is like that. Then I'll hop up here so I can put these on here. Oh, hey. I don't know if you've got a mic on or not. Yeah, this'll do. How much do you want for it?
Whatever. Make me an offer. This is at the moment something that I'm not really using. So if you want to just, whatever you think it's worth.
So, I don't know, 7 diamonds.
Oh, you just need
good?
like the regular. But yeah, sure, whatever. That's
yeah,
fine.
I need both. Thanks for the stuff.
I will head out and I'll see you later.
So all of this entire wall, this is all deep slate. But as you can see, it's a patchwork of different deep slate blocks. So I've got to craft all of those. Now, some of those are easily just crafted with our thing here. We throw it in here. We can get our deep slate tiles, we can get our deep slate bricks, and we can get our polished deep slate. So all of these are things that I'm crafting, but then I also have to smelt our deep slate tiles and our deep slate bricks into cracked deep slate tiles and cracked deep slate bricks. So that's one of the other things I've got to do here is I've got to go ahead and craft a bunch of these into those and then throw them in our little auto smelter that we've got going on here. Okay, so things are going swimmingly, and guys, I just gotta tell you, Litmatica is a lifesaver. If you don't play modded Minecraft, that's totally okay. I'm not the biggest fan of it either. I generally play pure vanilla, but since the server is modded slightly, it's vanilla modded, Litmatica is one of the mods that we have. And basically what it does is it lets me take a build that I did somewhere else and put it into this world. So you can see this is the build that I've got going on. We've got some buildings that we're going to be putting in. And what I can do is I can just walk around to all of these. I can walk through them because they don't exist. Some of these blocks exist. But if I have these blocks in my inventory and I have toggled easy place mode, then all I got to do is hold on top of all these blocks and they will place as I hover over the place that they're supposed to go. And it makes things so much easier. It's helping me get this build done so much faster. So thank you so much, Litmatica. It is awesome and very helpful. Of course, I did build this whole thing myself, so I don't feel guilty at all using Litmatica since I already built it in a creative world. It just helps me get it done faster for you guys. As awesome as Litmatica is, it only lets you auto place blocks that are already in those positions. So when I was building this in creative mode, I didn't build it out of all of these different types of blocks. Instead, I just built it out of one type of deep slate block, and that's the only one that Litmatica is going to let me auto place in these areas by just holding my mouse over the block. So that means since I want this textured style of wall, I've actually got to go ahead and do it all manually and switch between all of my blocks as I'm doing here, which takes a long time. It is quite a pain, but you know, I do what I do for you guys. So basically what I do is I just make sure that I'm using roughly the same amount of blocks all over the place. So if I see some blocks that have more than others, then I start using those just a little bit more. And I basically just swap and do about 4, 3, 5 or so at a time and keep the wall going. So just as a little example of what it looks like, you could see here we've got the correct blocks we've put in, and then all of the red is the wrong blocks. So the correct blocks is that cracked deep slate tile. And we can say hi to Neatreese. She may actually at some point come over and help us with this build, I'm not sure. She did provide us with a couple of blocks to help us along as well. Since this is a community build, the people are definitely helping out. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue doing this, and you guys can enjoy some more of that time lapse. These walls actually serve a couple of different purposes. Aesthetically, expanding the walls out this far helps the build look much more grandiose than if I was to just leave the walls one thick and throw towers on the corners. But this also serves to create rooms where players can respawn and equip all of their armor, as well as a place to put stairs up to the stands, and it provided me with some space to hide the redstone contraptions that will make our arena stand out above others. Next, we move on to the towers of the build, which at this point honestly serve no purpose other than to make the build feel larger than life. So let me know if you have any suggestions of what we can throw in these towers. Because of the odd shape I made the towers, the roofs were a little tricky to figure out. Luckily, I did all of that in creative mode, and the first 2 roofs went on without any issues. However, with the second 2, I started running into problems with how the stairs were placing.
That's not how the other roofs look. It's supposed to look like this, and I don't know what I've done wrong here.
Honestly, this took me far too long to figure out how to work around it. So I had originally intended to put the room where people would respawn in and get equipped with all of their armor in here. This is just right by our entrance and our entrance into our little thing here. But I decided I actually want to put it right here in this wall. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in this wall underneath our tower because we just have a big old area in here that's not being used. Unfortunately, I've got to cover that up. But yeah, this room now under our tower is going to be used for our respawn room, and we'll make that room something else at some point, maybe for some mobs. So I'm gonna go ahead and start laying this out, get our floor in here, and then I'll be back in just a second. Man, glowstone is one of the most painful items to collect in Minecraft. Always hovering over lava, gotta build a platform underneath it so you don't lose any. And it's always in such small little clumps that you gotta go around and find. I mean, they're all over the place, but you gotta find one that's easy to get to and pillar up to it. Just kind of annoying sometimes, glowstone is. Just a couple last finishing touches in here. We want to have a chest here and here, and then some glowstone on top of it just to give us the light that we want in here. Next, I need to put a bed, and I'm going to put a bed here, and then a bed, same spot, which is right there. And then next to it, we'll put some double chests, like that. And that way, people have a place to store their stuff, so that, you know, this can have all of their armor and normal things that they have on them. And that should be it. I'm gonna put some concrete up in front here, or block that up, just to give a color. So like if we have teams, then this can be green team, and that can be yellow team or whatever. So that is that room done. Now I just need to replicate it all the way around on all four corners. We've also got this big blank expanse in every corner, and I want to have buildings here to give cover. There's also going to be some item dispensers and things like that, which I'll explain as I get to them. But for now, what I want to focus on is getting all of these structures built that are going to provide a place to hide from arrows. I didn't want anybody just hiding the entire time they were playing the game, so I made these structures a little bit sparse and put quite a few holes in them here and there just to encourage a little bit more movement during the PvP. I just realized that this is supposed to be a Halloween build, and while I've been building with a bunch of nether blocks, I've actually been neglecting one of the spookiest blocks in the game. And of course, that is Skulk. Ah, yes. So this will be a good area. And I may also find diamonds, because this is actually a good way to find diamonds. Because diamonds actually generate more frequently not exposed to air. So that means that they are hidden behind blocks or behind water. So I'll go in every single water cave I ever find, because there's often diamonds in there. Here's some more diamonds. Apparently I didn't explore this whole cave when I was here. I thought I did. And I spied some more diamonds while I was trying to find my way out of here. There's a creeper sitting right there. He could have been standing right up here above those diamonds. There we go. Like I said, water. If you ever see water in a cave, go in the water, because you are almost guaranteed to find diamonds, like I said. There we go. Like I said, water caves. Water caves are the bomb. Aha! Here we go again. More diamonds. Wow, look at this. I'm gonna break it because I don't actually have any torches. But I was just trying to mine up to the surface, and I found this thing with a bow. That'll be nice. Yeah, a bow. I can craft some good stuff with that. Just one chest though. Golden apple, name tag, some string. Came up in a village. Unfortunately, nothing good in the chest, but you know. So this place actually has two back blacksmiths. That's the one that I walked into, and there's another one right here. That's pretty rare. Ah, they're both pretty crap though. With my skulk in hand, I set about removing a ring around the outer edge of the arena to place it in, and then I started adding a couple of tendrils here and there, reaching into the center to give the impression that the skulk was slowly infecting the area. Along the walls of the outer edge, I started throwing some skulk veins to add a little more texture and a rundown spooky feel. Next, I started throwing skulk sensors around the entire battle area in hopes of adding a little more atmosphere and to hopefully give the whole thing a real sinister feeling. I added colored concrete to each armor room to help distinguish them from one another, as well as around each of the interactive redstone areas so that they could be easily identified. I scattered mob heads and jack-o'-lanterns throughout the entire place, as well as some cobwebs and the final torches around the edge in an attempt to bring a true sense of Halloween.
I've also got redstone underground all over the place. In here, some of this redstone goes underground, I think. And I've got all of these redstone lamps and I got to put levers on them. So rather than just going about and trying to dig under each one and put a lever on top, I'm just going to dig underneath the whole area here. And that way I have access to all of my redstone and all my levers and everything easily. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do right now.
This arena actually took me somewhere around 24 hours in survival. That's not including all of the time spent designing it in creative mode. Now, a lot of that time was actually spent gathering materials, so I thought I'd share some of that B-roll with you while I take the time to thank all of the Igniters on the server for all of their wonderful help with this. It would not have been possible without them. I purchased a lot of the materials I used from other Igniters on the server, and I even got a lot of donations as well, which really helped out and made this entire thing possible. So thank you so much to all of the Igniters who helped out with this build. Finally, I began to remove the beacon that started this whole thing and constructed the final structure in the center to finish the build. I chose to put a tower here that has a great view of the entire arena and is an easy place to pin down players from. But I also left it quite exposed with access from each direction to make it a more hazardous place to stay. With the arena completely done and finished, I think it's time to show you the redstone that we've got going on here. So in here we have our armor dispensers. Simply walk in on the pressure plate and it will dispense all of the armor on you. And I'll show you all of those classes in a creative mode real quick. The first one is the Speedster, which comes with a normal bow, 3 pork chops, because that's what I happen to have on the server, and a Soul Speed 1 or Soul Speed 2 boots. Just because I wasn't able to get enough of one or the other. Then we have the Potion Master, which comes with a helmet, a bow, 3 pork chops, and a speed potion and a healing potion. Then over here we have the Tank, who has more food to keep him up longer, and then a Protection 1 chest plate. Lastly, we have the Hawkeye, who comes with pants, standard amount of food, and a Power 1 bow. So I tried my best to make these about as equal as they could be, and there's still a little work that needs to be done. So if you have any suggestions on what each class should have, then let me know. Next we have our currency. Over here, a pumpkin will dispense every 30 seconds and will disappear every 30 seconds. So if I pick it up, oh, there we go. I actually just barely got one. So now there won't be another one for 30 seconds, but I got 2 from there, luckily. So over here, I've got a little machine that gives us something. If I place a pumpkin there, then I got a piece of leather tunic. And there's a couple of different things in here. There was some potions of splash like damage or slowness or something. However, this is a dispenser, and unless I make this a dropper, I can't have those potions in there, or it'll just hurt people for purchasing. Now over here, we have another little thing where we pay for stuff. If I put pumpkins in here, they will compost, and it takes roughly 10 or 11 pumpkins, but can take more. I got really unlucky there. So let's head over here, grab ourselves some more pumpkins. Oh man, I keep getting real lucky with grabbing 2 from there. So there we go. Once we empty that, we got ourselves a diamond helmet. So in here, we've got a lot of pretty good stuff. We've got a full set of diamond armor. We've got a wooden sword, a strength potion, a rocket crossbow that does the most damage it can possibly do, and a power 2 bow. Lastly, in the center, there's only one of these machines. We have a little machine, and when you kill somebody, you can put their head in here, and it will dispense 4 pumpkins for you. Now, originally, that was actually supposed to be dispensing some spectral arrows and damage arrows, but unfortunately,
If you have other arrows on your hotbar, it will use those before it uses the spectral arrows or damage arrows. So I have to figure out something else to put in there. Let me know if you have any suggestions of what to put in there. Until then, I've just got pumpkins in there, so you can use those in all of our other machines. But now let's take a look at the finished product before we go ahead and put it to good use with a couple of other igniters.
This armor's saving me. Oh! Nice. Oh no. No! Now you got 2 heads. Ow! No! What?
Come on, Vid.
I can't hit you! I just straight up can't hit! My goodness!
I'm getting a little bit dizzy from how fast I'm moving. Then.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yes!
If you want to see more of this arena in action, then click on that playlist right there on screen, because I'm going to be filling it with every single time we use this arena on the Ignitor SMP. Also, if you would like to play in this arena yourself with your friends, then make sure to check the description, because I may have it linked down there for you to download. I love you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later.